All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to talk about a huge opportunity for American innovators, but it's probably not where you're thinking. We're talking about a frontier where the next big wave of growth is literally just getting started. So let's just kick things off with a question that, every entrepreneur, every investor is asking themselves right now. In a world where it feels like every market is saturated, where do you even look for real untapped potential?
Well, the answer might actually surprise you. It's not in the usual spots. We're looking at this incredibly dynamic hub over in West Africa that is just perfectly positioned for some pretty explosive growth.
Okay, so let's get right into it. We are talking about Côte d'Ivoire. Now, this place is already a major player, a leader in trade and infrastructure for the whole region. But believe me, things are really just getting warmed up. First things first, let's talk about scale. You're looking at a nation of 29 million people. And that's not just some number on a slide, right? This is a massive, youthful consumer market that's actively searching for the new products, the new services that are going to define their future. And now, check out the strategic positioning here. It's brilliant. Côte d'Ivoire is just perfectly placed to take full advantage of the African Continental Free Trade Area. Through its membership in ECOAS, that's the Economic Community of West African States, it gets tariff-free access to a regional market of over 100 million consumers. That's huge. It's basically a super-powered gateway to an entire continent. Okay, so let's zoom in a bit. We're going to go from the big picture, the national level, right down to the country's urban engine, its economic capital, Abidjan. This is where the action is happening, like right now. So Abidjan is this bustling metropolis. We're talking over 5 million people, and it is growing fast. It's the region's commercial capital. It's got one of its busiest ports and a seriously booming e-commerce scene. To put it simply, stuff is always on the move here, which creates this massive, massive demand for efficiency. And this quote just nails it. It perfectly illustrates the core opportunity. When everything is constantly in motion, efficiency becomes everything. The biggest, most immediate need is for tech that can organize, track, and just streamline the whole process of moving goods. So what does that mean for tech startups? It means immediate, tangible opportunities are just sitting there. Think last-mile delivery solutions for that booming e-commerce market, or digital platforms that can match trucks with cargo, smart software to manage warehouses. The demand isn't coming, it's already there. But wait, the opportunity here isn't just one-dimensional. It's not all about Abidjan. While Abidjan is all about, scaling up tech for a super fast-moving market, there's a completely different frontier waiting just inland, a place where the opportunity is more about foundational, ground-up development. So let's go check out the Gôh region. You could think of it like this. If Abidjan is about jumping onto a speeding train, Gôh is about laying the tracks for the train to run on. This is an area that is just ripe for early-stage investment, a place where you can genuinely shape the market from the beginning. And it really all starts with the people. The region has a population of over 2 million. That gives you a built-in workforce and a local market, ready to power brand new industries from day one. But here's the really incredible part. What makes this workforce so dynamic? It's so young. A staggering 75% of the population is under 30. That is a massive demographic dividend. You're talking about an entire generation that's ready to learn new skills and literally build the future. And they've got the space to do it too. The region covers more than 17,000 square kilometers. And this isn't just empty land we're talking about. It's rich with fertile soil and forests, basically all the raw materials you need for growth. This land is also packed with resources that already have stable, built-in global demand. We're talking the whole spectrum, from agricultural giants like cocoa and cashews, all the way to valuable minerals like gold, bauxite, and manganese. The potential here is, it's immense. So, okay, you've got all these natural resources, you got this huge human potential, but turning all that potential into reality, that takes expertise, it takes technology. And this brings us to a really fascinating connection. Why does this matter specifically for, say, innovators in Massachusetts? Let's connect those dots. Honestly, it's almost uncanny. When you look at the specific needs and opportunities in Côte d'Ivoire, both in fast-paced Abidjan and in the Gôh region, they align almost perfectly with the core strengths of the Boston area's innovation ecosystem. Just look at this table. See how directly the needs and strengths line up? Côte d'Ivoire needs logistics tech for its ports, right? Well, Massachusetts is a global hub for robotics and supply chain innovators. The Gôh region needs to process all its agricultural wealth. Boston has a thriving agro-tech scene. From higher ed to healthcare and clean energy, the partnership is it's a natural fit. It creates such a clear pathway for really impactful investment. All right, so the opportunity is pretty darn clear. But the big question is, how do you actually get started on the ground? Well, it's probably less complicated than you'd think. Here's a simple little playbook for how you can enter the market. So, the key here is to just reframe what people think are the biggest challenges. See them as your strategic entry points. So, worried about the French language barrier? Don't be. That's your incentive to hire amazing local partners. What about the informal economy? That just means that business is built on trust, so building strong relationships becomes your biggest competitive advantage. And those financing gaps, they actually let you use small amounts of capital to test your model, prove it works, and then scale up super efficiently. And we're going to leave you with this final thought. Look, this is an early stage market. It's not for everybody. But for those who are willing to get in now, the advantage of being a first mover, of getting to shape the industries of the future before the big crowds arrive, that is an opportunity that's just really hard to find anywhere else in the world right now.